plus everyone around the world. So today's topic is to improve your hearing. So how to improve your hearing? That is very, very important. First, we have to understand how to improve. What is hearing is all about? What is listening is all about? It is about power of listening. So we listen, we hear everything, but we have to listen. There's a difference between hearing and listening. So what if you have practical listening skills that are key to success? Have you ever wondered what the importance of having strong listening skill do? Do you struggle with miscommunication? Sometimes you don't have good communication. Are you struggling to connect with people because you are not fully engaged? So sometimes you are wandering somewhere and someone is calling for an important thing and you are not able to listen to it, pay attention to it. So this is very important that you should, whenever you are doing something, it should be, you should know what is going on and you should pay attention to what a person is saying. Now, what is good listening skill? It is essential for establishing meaningful connections, fostering understanding, and avoiding conflicts. In this, we will discuss about importance of listening skill in personal and professional life. We'll explore listening skill to enhance our communication skill because both are interrelated. If we don't listen, we won't be able to communicate properly. So what is the importance of having listening skill? Listening skills play a vital role in effective communication and fostering positive relationship. It contributes to building strong connections, reducing misunderstanding, facilitating learning and resolving conflicts. Building strong relationship, reduce misunderstanding, enhance learning and resolving conflicts. And you have to recognize this as it is an integral part of good listening. Now, this active listening has three aspects: cognitive, emotional, and behavioral. So what is cognitive aspect? Paying attention to all the information, both explicit and implicit, that you are receiving from the other person, comprehending and integrating that information, that is cognitive. Then emotional aspect is sane, calm, compassionate during conversation, including managing any emotional reaction like annoyance, boredom that you might experience. So third aspect is behavioral, conveying interest and comprehension verbally and non-verbally. In short, listening encompasses three key aspects. Okay. So what is the process of listening? The process of listening involves several stages that help us receive, interpret, understand spoken or written messages effectively. Receiving, the process begins with the act of receiving auditory or written stimuli. This involves hearing sounds or reading the words. Then paying attention. The next step is actively directing your focus to the speaker or written context. This requires being present in the moment and avoiding distraction. Another is understanding. This is the process. So then next is how you understand. Once you are attentive, you aim to comprehend the meaning of the message. This involves interpreting the words, context, tone, non-verbal cues to gain a full understanding. Then remembering. As you listen, you strive to remember and retain the information being conveyed. This may involve mentally organizing the information or taking notes for the future reference. Then you evaluate. Critical thinking comes into play during this stage. You assess the information, consider its validity, reliability, and relevance, and form your own judgment or opinion. Then you respond. Responding, next stage is responding. Responding is an integral part of listening process. It involves providing feedback to the speaker, either verbal or non-verbal, to indicate your understanding, agreement, or disagreement. Then reflecting. After the interaction or communication has concluded, you reflect on the message and your own listening experience. This helps you identify areas of improvement or gain insights for future interaction. So it is important to note that listening process is not always linear. It may involve overlapping stages. There are different stages. Additionally, effective listening requires active engagement, empathy, and openness to different perspectives. There are different types of listening. Discriminative listening. So this listening begins at a very young age, or possibly even before birth, when a human is in the womb. Everyone is gifted with discriminative listening skills by birth, even when they don't even know how to understand words and sentences. Discriminative listening involves tone of voice, verbal cues, and other changes in sound. Most of the animals also understand this kind of discriminative listening. For example, babies can understand the intention of sentences before they understand the meaning of words. If you talk to them with a happy and amused tone of voice and the facial expression, they will smile back to you. And when you talk to them in angry, aggressive tone, they are more likely to cry and get scared. Then there's comprehensive listening. Comprehensive listening is used to learn information by understanding what is being said. The listener needs to have appropriate vocabulary and language skills in order to engage in comprehensive listening. If two different people are listening to the same conversation, there is a high chance that both of them will understand the message differently. For example, parents listening to their children when they tell them about their day at school, they understand their children by listening to them and provide feedback to strengthen their bond. So this is all parents are doing. Then there is informational listening. Informational listening is used when you want to learn something, like you are listening to me, and want to understand and retain the information being told. This type of listening involves high level of concentration. So you need to get highly engaged. You have to be attentive, highly engaged to understand and the information that is new to you. You can become a better learner by harnessing the power of informational learning. For example, when your teacher, right now I am your teacher, when your teacher is teaching you a new concept in mathematics, you need to listen to her attentively and carefully in order to retain the information and formulas about the concept. So this is about the information. Then critical learning, critical listening. Critical listening involves scrutinizing what is being said along with some sort of problem solving or decision making. It includes analyzing the information being received and aligning with existing information that you have. For example, when a sales executive has to handle an unusual complex request from a customer, they need to use critical listening to analyze the solutions. Then empathetic or therapeutic listening, that I do most of the time. Empathy you also must be doing, most of you, those who are trainers and those who are healers, they must be doing. So empathetic listening involves understanding the feelings and emotions of the speaker. Empathetic listening is when you put yourself in the speaker's shoe and try to understand their feelings and emotions behind the words. It helps to deeply connect with other person. This type of listening is more than showing compassion and feeling sorry for the speaker. It is about realizing, understanding the speaker's point of view. I do most of the time this thing. For example, counselors or therapists use empathetic listening to understand the root cause of their patient's negative emotion. Then selective listening. Selective listening is a negative type of listening when the listener is biased on the basis of preconceived ideas or emotionally difficult communication toward what they are hearing. It is known as selective listening. You are not able to understand the true context of the message that is being said as you have filtered out some of the information based on your existing perspective. For example, you have something in your mind that, okay, this person is very, very good. So you tend to ignore the negative aspect of that person. So you have already built that image and you won't be able to listen, or you won't be able to find that this person have some negative aspect. That is good in a way, but you have to be careful. Suppose a child is doing bad, so you have to correct him. So there you should not be, biased. Now we come to biased listening. So you should not be selective listener. So you are listening to your child, you are not listening to another child. That is also selective listening. Now biased listening comes. Biased listening is the type of listening where you only listen to the things you want to hear and form opinions and judgment. This happens with most of the adults. A listener might misinterpret the information of the speaker based on a stereotype they have against them. For example, there is a teacher who is biased towards a student named Rohan. The teacher asks a question from the whole class and asks Rohan and other student to answer. The student answered the question in short, whereas Rohan started his answer with some basic explanation first and then the main answer. But the teacher didn't listen to him, punished him for a wrong answer. So, because he didn't like the student called Rohan. So, this is what happens in bias listening. Now, sympathetic listening. Sympathetic listening is the type of listening skills in which you do not focus on the message that is spoken through words, but on the feelings and emotions of the speaker. Sympathetic listening is used to provide support to the speaker so that they can feel heard and validated by your listening effort. It is beneficial when you want to build a deeper relationship with someone in your life, like your partner, and it helps you to understand how they are feeling. For example, your colleague is upset because of the work pressure and is not getting recognition for their work. They are upset, not even participating in conversation and team meetings at office. You decide to talk to them, listen to what they have to say. In this case, you use sympathetic listening to understand and feel how frustrated and angry they are feeling. By doing this, they feel heard, validated, and supported in hard situations like this. And it happens in every workplace and at home also. Now, there is another type of listening. It is called deep listening. Deep listening is skills in which you hear more than the words of the speakers, but also tap into the deeper meaning behind the message, unspoken needs, and feelings conveyed. For example, when you listen to your loved ones, like family, friends, or spouse, you understand and feel the emotions of the words that they say. Then false listening. When a person pretends to listen, someone might not be listening to my whatever I'm saying. They are just staring at the screen. So when a person pretends to listen to the speaker but is not actually listening or comprehending the message, it is known as false listening. For example, you hate a friend of yours who always brag about things, but you cannot ignore them because they might feel hurt and ignored. So to avoid these consequences, you just pretend to listen. So these are types of listening, what types are different types of listening. So this is very important to understand what is listening. Then only you will be able to improve your listening skills. Now, what is the characteristic of good listener? So you have to be a good listener. So focus. A good listener maintains focus on the speaker, giving their undivided attention and avoiding distractions. Next is patience. The listener should have patience. They demonstrate patience by allowing the speaker to express their thoughts without interrupting or rushing them. You all are having patience to listen to me. So open-mindedness. Good listeners approach conversation with open mind, willing to consider different perspectives and ideas. Then empathy. They show empathy by understanding and relating to speakers' emotions, experiences, and point of view. Then there is non-judgmental attitude. Good listeners suspend judgment. They are always neutral and refrain from making assumptions or premature evaluation. Then there is active engagement. Good listeners should have active engagement. They actively engage in the conversation through non-verbal cues such as nodding, maintaining eye contact to show interest and understanding. Then reflective responses. Good listeners respond thoughtfully, taking time to reflect and provide meaningful feedback or ask relevant questions. So when you ask question that it is relevant to the whatever I'm going to say or whatever is being said in the session. Then clarification seeking. They seek clarification when needed, asking questions to ensure a clear understanding of the speaker's message. Then respect. Good listeners show respect by valuing speakers' opinions, thoughts, and feelings, even if they differ from their own. Then recall and retention. They have the ability to remember and retain important details of the conversation, demonstrating attentiveness and comprehension. This is very important when you are learning something. Then good listener creates a safe and supportive environment for open conversation, eliminates distraction, and give full attention to the speaker. Paces the conversation effectively, allowing pauses, appropriate responses. Then they initiate, maintains conversation, making others feel emotionally supported. So strong connection with conversational partner, they develop that also. So this is very important for a good listener. And most of you, I believe, are good listener out here. So what are the barriers which come into this listening skill? First barrier is distraction. Then there is preoccupation. So external distractions are such as noise, interruptions, or a busy environment can divert your attention away from the speaker and make it challenging to focus on the message. Then preoccupation. When our minds are preoccupied with personal concern, worries, unrelated thoughts, it can be difficult to fully engage in the listening process. And lack of interest. You don't like the subject at all. So though you do not value the speaker's perspective, it can be challenging to maintain attention and motivation to listen attentively. Then physical and mental fatigue. If you are tired, you won't be able to concentrate on what the speaker is saying. Then there are biases and prejudices. Pre-existing biases, stereotypes, or prejudices can cloud your judgment and prevent you from truly listening and understanding the speaker's message. Emotional barriers, strong emotions such as anger, fear, defensiveness can create barriers or effective listening by influencing our interpretation of the message and triggering emotional response. And lack of empathy is there. You don't feel about the emotions or perspective of the speaker. Then information overload. When there is excessive amount of information, then you are unable to focus on what the speaker is saying. Then cultural language barrier. Always there is differences in culture and language or communication styles can create challenges. For example, if I'm speaking in English, the Hindi speaking people may not be able to understand most of the things that I'm sharing, or in another language, or if they are from another background, they won't be able to understand. So lack of active listening skills, poor listening habits such as interrupting, making assumptions, or not providing feedback can hinder effective communication. So awareness, this is the awareness pointers so that you can improve your listening skills. There are other pointers also. We drift off on our own thoughts. Suppose you are listening, and you go off to another thought. Then we are always thinking what to say next, what to say after the speaker ends the lecture, or whatever he is saying, what we have to say. So that also a big distraction. We think, so many times we think, oh, we know it all. When someone is talking about something they have spoken about and we are familiar, then we half listen and think that we know it all. But there is always something. We actively judge what we are hearing. We may be triggered by a word or a situation someone is talking about. Our judgment, biases, or jump into play. We no longer really listening. We are now seeking words or body actions that will confirm what we have judged and often refute or defend as soon as we get a word in. So, for example, listening skill is most common thing, and you must be thinking, we know it all. So you may not be listening properly. So this is what it happens. Then we are distracted by shiny things. Someone who needs to talk to later just walk by, and is that a stain on the shirt? There's a stain on the shirt, then they are distracted. Oh, there's something there. Then they won't be able to, focus. Or there's a beautiful dress, then they won't be able to focus on the speaker. So all these things, the distracting elements. For example, you must be seeing the background of my wallpaper. Now, background, there are birds. So whenever you are watching me, so you are seeing those birds. Oh, what kind of birds are they? So these are distracting elements. Then there are noise, traffic sound, people talking, something falls, breaks, people laughing at the background, phone ringing, buzzing, incoming email pops with a ding, or all affect our ability to listen effectively. So when we are saying something, that's why our moderator, our admin, they will mute all. so that you can listen properly. The speaker's speech, whether it is too slow, too fast, too many filler words, heavy accent, monotone, can cause us to lose focus on listening. So tone should be up and down according to the words, what they are saying. So it is up to the speaker to engage the listeners, right? I hope I can engage you people and you can listen effectively. So how can we shut up, shut down, and actively listen? Do you want to improve your listening skill? Just tap yes or no on your chat box. Great. Ria and anyone else? I think so. You must be understanding what I'm saying. Great. So you want to improve your listening skill. I'm still waiting for more yes. Perfect. Yes. Great. So let's proceed how to improve our listening skill. First of all, be present and attentive. Give your full attention to the speaker, maintaining eye contact and avoid distraction. Show your genuine interest in what they are saying. Then avoid interrupting. Let the speaker finish their thoughts before responding or asking questions. Interrupting can disrupt the flow of communication and hinder understanding. Here, I would appreciate Maven platform that all the audience out here, they are very cultured and they don't interrupt when the speaker is speaking. So it is very good habit that you should avoid interrupting the speaker. Then practice active listening. Engage in active listening by nodding, using spatial expressions to show understanding and providing verbal cues like I see, go on, tell me more. This encourages the speaker to continue and validate their messages. That's why we all the speakers say, please switch on your video so that we understand whether you are listening to us or not. And when you are a good listener, you should come on the video with your eye contact or with your nodding of the head or any facial expression will give the speaker like me an encouragement that you are understanding what I am saying. Then focus on understanding. Strive to understand the speaker's perspective rather than formulating your response or counter argument. Listen with an open mind and be receptive to new ideas or viewpoints. Then clarify and ask questions. If something is unclear or you need further information, ask. Clarifying questions to ensure you have a complete understanding of the message. So after this session ends, when question answers are put up, it is for your understanding, not for us. It is for the listener, so that it indicates that you are an active listener and you understood the subject very well. Then paraphrase and summarize. Periodically paraphrase or summarize the speaker's main points to demonstrate your understanding and allow them to clarify if needed. So you should, summarize what, suppose I am saying something, I have told you about listening skill, you can summarize in short and tell me what you understood. And if you need some clarification, you can always ask. Then practice empathy. put yourself in speaker's shoes and try to understand their emotions, motivation, and experiences. This helps foster a deeper connection and understanding. Then manage your internal dialogue. Minimize internal distraction, mental chatter that is called monkey chatter, that can hinder your ability to focus on the speaker. Be aware of any biases or preconceived notions that may cloud your listening. Then take notes, keep writing. Like Sandeep ji has taught us, journal, journal, journal. So when you keep writing, take brief notes. It helps you retain key information and refer back to it later. This can enhance your comprehension and memory of the conversation. Then reflect on your listening. After conversation, reflect on your listening skills. Identify areas for improvement and make a conscious effort to implement changes in future interactions. Then seek feedback. Ask for feedback from others on your listening skills. They may provide insights or suggestions for further improvement. So you have to listen and then share what you have listened so that you can improve on your listening skill, active listening skill. Then practice mindfulness, that is meditation, and be in the moment. That means when you are listening to me, you just listen to me. So cultivate mindfulness and present moment awareness to enhance your ability to fully engage in listening process. And again, this is the most important point. Keep your devices away. When you are in important meeting or working with someone one-on-one, put away your smartphone and computer or tab, whatever it is, from away from you. Give them your undivided, uninterrupted attention. You will be amazed at how easy it is to be focused when there are no beeps, buzzes to interrupt you. For example, you are having a conversation with your family, your children, and you are continuously on phone like this. Most of the time it is happening like this. You are on phone, okay, you say it and you're writing. You say it, you are writing. So what will happen? You are not actively listening to them. And then you may give a wrong signal that you are not paying attention, and you will have differences with your children. So practice makes perfect. When someone speaks to you, you can practice listening by being aware of what you do. If you have an in-person interaction with someone, write down what you heard. Again, Sandeep ji's journaling came into fore. So you should always learn from him. So write down what you heard, understood, and acknowledged, or listen to an audiobook or podcast without text. Listen to no more than 4-minute clips and replay them to see how much information you can retain. In addition to enhancing your communication skill, this will help you to become more aware of your role as a receiver of information. Apologize. This is very, very important point. Apologize if you get caught. It is not difficult to become unconsciously conscious in a moment and quit listening and attending. If someone calls you on your behavior, okay, you are not paying attention, say, yes, sorry, I'm not able to give you attention because I was distracted. So that will give the speaker a confidence also, and you also be fair to honest to express yourself. So admit your distraction, apologize, and re-engage. And after they point out to you, you say, okay, I'm focusing now. So offering a heartfelt apology will go a long way to building your relationship and establishing your sincerity. So you're improving your listening power, take practice and intention. and you will be able to improve your listening skill. Now, impact of listening in different settings. How do you see how it impacts listening in personal relationship? They strengthen bonds through empathy and effective communication. Listening in professional relationship, it builds success through collaboration and improved productivity. Then customer service and in client interaction, the role of listening in addressing needs and fostering satisfaction. Then listening in education and learning, it enhances academic performance and creating an inclusive environment. So you have to understand where listening affects in what ways. Then there are some key practices for honing for improving effective listening skills. Being present in the moment, giving full attention to the speaker, refraining from interruption, judging, offering unsolicited advice, asking open-ended questions to understand the speaker's perspective better, learning to recognize, manage personal biases and assumptions. All these things are there all into one, and this is the way you can improve your listening skill. It can be challenging to break old habits. The pursuit of mastering listening skill well worth the effort. In the end, those who continue to develop and refine their listening abilities will discover a powerful tool that can ultimately transform their relationship and overall quality of life. So this is all about what is listening skills and how to improve your listening skills. So how about meditation to improve your listening skill? How many of you are ready? Type yes in your chat box. This is a different kind of meditation which will improve your listening skills. So all of you become active. Say yes. So that because listening skill is very, hello Neelamji. So all these tips and including the meditation, it improves your listening skill. So I will be putting that intention in your mind so that you are better in listening skill, active listening skill. So let's start. I think so everybody is waiting for the meditation. So all of you, relax yourself. Sit or lie down comfortably wherever you are. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Relax yourself completely and totally. Your ankle is relaxed. Your toes are relaxed. Your feet is relaxed. Your knees are relaxed. Your lower body is relaxed. Your stomach is relaxed. Your chest is relaxed. Your shoulders are drooped down. Your hands are relaxed. And you can feel the tingling sensation on the tip of your fingers. Your neck is relaxed. Your cheeks are relaxed. Your jawbones are relaxed. Your eyes are closed shut till I say open your eyes. आपकी आंखें बंद रहेंगी और सिर्फ बंद रहेंगी जब तक मैं न कहूँ open your eyes. आपका माथा relaxed है. Your forehead is relaxed. Your head is relaxed, your whole body is totally and completely relaxed. Imagine yourself in a conversation with someone, fully present and attentive. See yourself giving your undivided attention to the speaker, maintaining eye contact, and being genuinely interested in what they are saying. Feel the power of your focus and how it deepens your understanding and connection. Breathe in and breathe out. Focus on that person. The person can be your family member, colleague, or your own friend. As you visualize yourself in conversation, you notice how patiently you allow the speaker to express their thoughts fully. You resist the urge to interrupt and instead give them the space to articulate their ideas, ensuring a smooth flow of communication and deeper understanding. You are continue to listen. See yourself engaging in active listening behavior, nodding to show understanding, using facial expression to convey empathy and interest, and providing verbal cues like I see. Okay, go on. Tell me more. You intuitively respond to the speaker, encouraging them to continue and validate their message. The speaker is very comfortable in front of you. In your conversation, you prioritize understanding over formulating responses or counter argument. You listen with an open mind, embracing new ideas and viewpoints. Your genuine curiosity and desire to grasp the speaker's perspective deepen your understanding and foster meaningful connections. Visualize yourself asking clarifying questions when needed, seeking further information to ensure a complete understanding of the message. You effortlessly summarize and paraphrase the speaker's main point, demonstrating your active engagement and understanding. Your connection, the person whom you are connecting to and listening is very comfortable. You are also very comfortable. Immerse yourself in the speaker's world. As you listen, put yourself in their shoes, empathizing with their emotions, motivations, and experiences. Feel the profound connection and understanding that arises from this empathetic listening Your genuine empathy enriches your relationships and communication. Your speaker is more comfortable and you are more stronger in listening to the speaker. Become aware of your internal dialogue and gently release any distracting thoughts or biases that may cloud your listening. Stay fully present and focused on the speaker's words, embracing a mindset of openness and receptivity. Your speaker is even more comfortable and you are even more a good listener, active listener. After each conversation, take a moment to reflect on your listening skills. Identify areas for improvement. Make a conscious commitment to implement positive changes in your future interactions. Embrace every opportunity to learn and grow as a listener. Your speaker is very, very comfortable and you are a very good active listener. Your listening skills have increased multifold. You are a good listener, a good active listener, very attentive, empathetic, and you understand the person who is speaking in front of you. If you count from 1 to 5, you will gradually return to a state of alertness and wakefulness. You will carry the power of enhanced listening skills with you, fostering deeper connections, understanding, and harmony in your interactions. 1, 2, 3. Feeling more aware and present. 4. Gently coming back to the present moment. And 5. Open your eyes, fully awake and ready to embrace newfound listening power. Take a moment to ground yourself and appreciate the positive changes you are making. Know that you have the ability to be an exceptionally good listener, creating meaningful connections and enriching your relationship through the power of attentive and empathetic listening. So, come back to reality in this present state. Open your eyes, back to your room, back to your bed and your chair. You can do this meditation as many times as you want so that everything that is needed for being an active listener is more strongly ingrained and implanted in your mind so that you don't have to work on yourself. You have to work on your brain and subconscious mind, and automatically you will be a good active listener. So you can do this meditation as many times as you want, every day, once, at least for 21 days, to implant this suggestion into your mind so that you can be a better and good active listener. So thank you very much, everyone out of there, France now. All of you, open your eyes. You can stay in this state for longer time if you want to. Are you all back?
Yes.
Yes, Sudeji. Great. Good morning. Yes, Ria. Wow, you are looking so fresh, beautiful. So anyone would like to ask any question or anything they have in mind? They can ask now. Shavana, are you back?
Yes.
Okay, great.
I think I said first, but yeah, it was a wonderful meditation. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for giving a beautiful feedback, because feedback is also indicator of a good listener. Thank you, Nilamji. So I feel everything is crystal clear in your all of your mind. So let's end this session with a beautiful note that we all will be an active listener to whoever is around us, so that we can improve our relationship with everyone around us. So thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Shabana. Thank you, Ria. Thank you, Mavin team, for being here, and all the participants. I thank all of them here and around the world and offline also, who will be watching this on YouTube. So thank you very much for